Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Khalif here, and this is Synergy Source. This is my blogging project sort of thing where I like to talk about philosophy, spirituality, all sorts of things of that sort. I've been making these quote pictures and posting them to Instagram for almost 2 years straight now. Like, it's actually I think I have like 700 of them, and it's like one per day. I'm actually pretty proud of myself when I go back and see, I actually do it once a day. But I've been doing it for a while now, and I kind of want to switch it up, make something better, more engaging. I've got this microphone, and I got pretty good editing software, some other stuff, so I'm just gonna be doing some things. This is gonna be my first time on mic making any sort of video for this thing, and I'm gonna try to start doing these things in one take, so bear with me for now if I mess anything up or ramble or whatever. What I'm gonna be doing here to start out is just going over my quote from the day, because I do a quote each day. I'm gonna go back to last year's quote, and I'm still gonna do my quote on Instagram that I do every day, and I'm just gonna go to my quote from last year, and I'm gonna talk about it out, instead of typing about it. Should be more fun and a little bit more better content. So today's New Year's Day. Happy New Year's, everyone. This is part of my resolution to be a little bit more productive. Hope you're all tackling your all resolutions as well. This quote I made this picture for is from January 1st, 2021, and so here we are. True art is characterized by an irresistible urge in the creative artist. And this quote's by Albert Einstein. First thought is, I wonder if this is one of those quotes that got characterized to Einstein so that whoever actually said it could feel a little bit more profound. So it's like a thing. Shakespeare has had a lot of other people's writings attributed to him. Like, somebody wrote something and they were like, well, nobody's gonna give a crap about me, Joe Schmo, writing it. I'll say that this is one of Shakespeare's hidden works or whatever. Next thing you know, bing bang boom, everybody loves it. Oh, did you see the new Shakespeare stuff? And that guy's over there sitting to himself like well, anyways, so that was my first thought. But yeah, true art is characterized by an irresistible urge in the creative artist. So whenever I look at quotes like this, they are always the most interesting to me when you break down each word or each clause or however you want to put it, and try to wrap your head around what they mean and then piece them all together. It's like a big equation. And depending on whether or not you think of certain words in a certain capacity, connotation, certain worldview, whatever it is, the entire quote changes, which is my favorite part about having done all these quotes this whole time. Is there's so many different angles to look at some of these words from. But so art is one of those words that people have a lot of different opinions about, and depending on what your perspective is on art, something that someone considers art isn't art at all to someone else, and something that someone else considers artistic isn't. I don't know. So drawing, writing, movies, like filming movies, fashion, all of these things, all of these different mediums, these creative mediums are not, in my mind, this is all my opinion, of course. I don't know if I need to put the asterisk on everything I say. It's this is my opinion, this is how I feel. I'll try to make note if it's something that I've actually read somewhere, if it's something that's backed up factually. I'll probably insert a screenshot, some sort of clip, whatever. But like I said, all those different mediums, dancing, film, writing art, those are creative mediums, but they in and of themselves do not constitute art. In my opinion, and I think it's in other people have written about this, art is about it's creative expression by one person that instills, or not necessarily instills, but that induces an emotional reaction and an emotional experience in another person. So it's anything that someone does, anything that someone creates and puts out into the world that wasn't there before, that makes another person that looks at that experience an emotion. So talking about fashion, I wouldn't consider I mean, everybody, dude. I'm sorry, I don't want to do it. What's the name of that internet rule where everybody goes straight to Hitler? It's just like my the way I was just thinking Nazi garb, Nazi paraphernalia and all those sorts of things, Nazi uniforms and stuff like that. That's not art. It's fashion, but it's not art, because those are politically motivated fashion, politically motivated garments. They're meant to I guess induce fear in some people, and then induce patriotism and order and the people wearing it. Uniforms aren't like actual fashion, like runway models sort of things, but it's the same creative medium. Whereas even like on the like lowest level, if you had somebody in your high school that would cut the holes in their jeans and change, just like have their knees rocking or whatever, that's art. Because when you see that as a person, that's something that they made a decision to do, and when you see that, you feel some sort of way. You might look at it and say, oh, that's kind of cute, I like that. What the fuck is he doing? He ruined his jeans. It's making me feel something. It induced an emotional experience in you. So that's what I would consider art, is any sort of usage or any sort of creation, personal expression, creative medium that induces an emotional experience, emotional reaction in another person. So I remember I talked to someone else about this, and there's a very fine line between art and propaganda. It's like basically either or. So if somebody makes something or does something just for, like we said, like this quote absolutely highlights it, true art is characterized by the irresistible urge in the creative artist. If somebody has the burning passion in them to just do something for the sake of doing it, or doing it to, if I would say they're doing it to make a point, is propaganda. Doing it because you felt like it, and then that having an effect on other people, is artistic. So I'm trying to think. I've always considered, like, my favorite example of like what I consider poetry in motion, poetry being I think I'd have to find it, but it's like people break down how poetry is the you use tools that are available to all people. Words, poetry is the usage of words and rhythm and cadence. These are all tools and sort of formulas that are familiar to people, but you use them in your own way. You put your own spin on them to make something uniquely yours, that then, like, it once you share it with people, it affects them. It changes the way they look at things. So my favorite example I've always used for poetry in motion is, if anybody's ever watched the basketball player Kobe Bryant play, when you watch him, the moves he uses, like his post moves, his dribbling moves and things like that, these are all things that people can learn and emulate. These are things that like coaches will teach you. These are different pieces to like a larger puzzle, but the way that he puts them together fluidly, or did put them together, rest in peace of course, the way he did put them together in such a fluid motion, and how, if you ever listen to him talk, how he had this, what they call the Mamba mentality, of how he's just always driven to just exert his will, play as well as he can, just scoring. He has that urge, like he needs to do what he's doing. Like, it's not to make you feel a certain way, it's not to prove a point necessarily, it's just he's putting all these pieces together in such a way that is undeniable that he is virtuous in what he does. And that's what I think poetry is. That's tied into what I think art is and things of that sort. But say if a coach were to do all of those moves and show you how he does it, to teach you in a certain way, to play like him or something like that, then that might be more closer to, it's not necessarily propaganda, it's education. I don't know. I didn't mean to be rambling for 20 minutes. I guess that was the point of me, just starting to talk about these things and bring them up and see what comes out. I didn't want to make this a 30-minute video because I don't want to have to edit a 30-minute video. But yeah, that'd be good to start out with. I think that's a good stopping point. It's so art, different than propaganda, irresistible urge, burning passion for no reason, and creative arts. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know how to end these yet. I'm not good at all this content creator stuff. I'll probably put an end screen and a little bit of music to send you guys off. But yeah, if you end up listening to this, I appreciate you. And yeah. Oh yeah, Happy New Year. Good luck on your resolutions.